Hey everyone, welcome back to Real Talk NFT, where we talk all things Web3. You guys know my amazing co-host Brian. I am super excited today to have on a returning guest that's absolutely smashing it out there. David Zhao, the co-founder of Chubby Cattle, a restaurant that I frequent a lot. David, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. Excited to be here.
Yeah, for a lot of people who don't know about Chubby Cattle number one, and of course NFT project number two, can you just give us like an intro real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So Chubby Cattle started 9 years ago as our first restaurant concept in Las Vegas, and Chubby Club is our loyalty program. We've in 2023 created a lifetime membership program for our loyal customers to experience and get benefits and perks across all of our restaurant locations. When we started off Chubby Club, we only had 8 restaurants at the time. That it was still the most amount of utility and most amount of locations for a food and beverage hospitality loyalty program via Web3. Now we have 30 plus. Fast forward 18 months, we have now 30 plus locations and over 10 different concepts. And next year, we have another 60 to 70 locations that are planning to be onboarded onto the app, 30 of which are native, which are our concepts already, and 30 are our partnership concepts across various different verticals. We started with just hot pot and shabu shabu. Now we have hot pot barbecue, sushi, hand roll, curry, fast casual, chubby skewer, chubby dumplings. That's coming up, chubby tea. So it's going to continue to add in more benefits for our members.
Wow. Don't tell my wife that because we've only tried like four categories. We did the curry, and she's going to be so excited that you guys are doing more concepts, and we're just going to continue to spend all our money with you guys. I might have asked you this before. Like, the name is so catchy. Where'd you come up with Chubby Cattle?
Yeah, so at the time we surveyed all of our customers and potential customers, and this is a name that really stood out. And we wanted Chubby to be the name of abundance. We want high quality ingredients, and so that's why we created a Chubby Club, and everything has a chubby next to it. It's actually to fight the connotation of unhealthy food. We want to make Chubby to be a way of abundance and joy and bring people around. So.
Love it. Love to hear it. You guys have done so well with your projections. I know you guys had a target and you expanded that target, I believe. I remember when we first talked, and now it's grown to like 100 locations that I believe you, man. Hey, I wasn't questioning you in our first interview, but you guys have done it. I've eaten at a lot of your locations before the NFT and after the NFT project. But since we are Web3, could you tell us a little bit about how that's been? You know, I know that you were looking to launch 8,888, lifetime passes. Full disclosure, I own one. I've been trying to get Brian to get one forever, but you need a chubby out there in Denver, Colorado, where all the white people are, and I don't think that's going to happen. But
Hey, actually, we do have a Chubby Cattle hot pot in Denver on
oh,
Broadway. Yeah, in Collinworth, Broadway. That's actually our second location when we sign up. Second out of all the locations. I was still in college at the time. And then we are opening a Chubby Cattle barbecue, and you're right by there as well. So we have 2 locations by the end of next year. Yeah, in Denver. We have one already open for years, and now we have the second one coming up. So.
I love that. Hey, Joe, when did you get your Chubby Cattle NFT? Were you one of the first ones to get a lifetime pass?
I minted it. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
You can still mint one right now, Brian, for double the price, though.
All right.
Might be triple the price.
Oh, is it true? Yeah, tell us about the mechanics. So interesting how it's worked out. I mean, my Chubby Cattle is doubled in price, but I'm not selling it. So yeah, tell us about that. I mean, and we'll ask further questions about, the black card. There's so many things we could get into. We don't have enough time, but yeah, tell us about the lifetime passes, how it's been going, and things that you learned from it, and so on and so forth.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think we talked about this last year, and I want to emphasize that we utilize this technology and build it around our existing business. Unlike a lot of the NFTs or Web3, they're building this technology to fit into something. So whether it's gaming, I do think there's going to be a huge play in loyalty and in gaming and where the Web3 technology will come in. Or in entertainment, but a lot of the time, early adopters, they're building this technology to create a business that they're trying to create a demand that people don't want, and people are just betting money to hopefully use as a tool to make a quick buck and sell it to someone. And I'm not an advocate for that at all. I always believe in utilizing technology to really to make sure that there is a demand and the service is the business. So when we created this NFT, I saw that, hey, there's this great technology out there where there could be a marketplace. You can truly own a membership as an asset, similar how you collect watches and other collectibles, but with utility, right? So this has never been done before. I think there's a huge play there. So that's why we created this, because we already had membership at local locations, and this will really just connect all the Chubby Club concepts together. And at the time, we didn't even have a mobile app to utilize to see other locations, to redeem rewards, to earn points. We didn't have any of that. So within the past 18 months, not only we created, the first step was to create the Chubby Club NFT program. Now we created our free to download app where everyone, we have all of our millions of customers can be on the app on Chubby Club on iOS and Android, and then be able to earn points at every location they dine. All they have to do is scan a receipt, then AI recognize the receipt, and they will earn points. And then for non-lifetime members, they will earn points by dining and scanning. And then when they get to a certain amount of points, just like an airline or hotel, you will become a bronze status to silver to gold to black status for the year. But with the NFT, with the lifetime membership, you get that for the rest of your life without spending any dollars. So you get that status right away, plus some additional perks. So this is created in the past 18 months, a fully developed app, mobile app that works and across multiple different brands. There are only very few F&B loyalty app that works across different brands. And we're probably one of the first, certainly the first with attachment to the NFT as well with lifetime membership. And yeah, we'll continue to add in. Our vision is to have thousands of concepts in different concepts in different locations around the world, and customers will be able to have benefits across the board at all these different in-person experiences, not just Shabu and Hop Hop where we started. It will be with steakhouses, Italian food. It will also be a nightlife. We have karaoke's opening, arcades, entertainment. So a lot of different concepts, anything in person. We're adding also spas and clinics in there as well. So anything you think of in person that brings people together, it's somewhere that we want to be. You can think of Amazon for e-commerce, but in-person loyalty is something that we haven't had yet. And this is something that Chubby Club will grow into.
Wow. You said many things I've heard for the first time. I need to spend more time in the Discord because I still pegged, Chubby. I apologize, hot pot, like you mentioned, shabu shabu, but you're going into so many exciting things, so many verticals. What prompted that? Is that because there's a natural product fit there? Kind of how did you get into all these new categories, and which one are you most excited about?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a true lack of innovation and loyalty that exists in food and beverage, and we started off that, or any in-person experiences in general. There's a lot of loyalty programs through credit card, through airlines, through hotels, but there hasn't been a loyalty program through food and beverage and entertainment or nightlife. And this is where the idea has come that we have this horizontal integration already, where we understand what it takes, and vertical integration within the app, within the restaurant business. And this goes back to, there's a challenge in the restaurant business. There's a lack of innovation. There's a lack of value delivering to the customers because of the turn rate of restaurants. Customers they go to mom and pop shop with very low barrier to entry. The business barely survived within 5 years or 10 years. And there's a very little innovation. There's no supply chain integrations, which means the restaurants buy from vendors. We buy directly from the ranch. We become the vendors of food and beverage. We have our own logistics, just like Amazon. Think of e-commerce before Amazon. Things will deliver. You don't know you can trust this e-commerce website or not. And this is the same thing with food and beverage. There's lack of integration in place, whether it's technology or supply chain, which means customers are not getting the end value of this perfect experience and have better quality ingredients because the margin is so thin. I don't blame it, just the whole ecosystem. The margin is very, very thin for restaurateurs. It's probably one of the hardest business to be in, and they can't. Customers don't see it, that they think, oh wait, they're not paying the tip servers enough, or actually restaurant margins are extremely thin. So we think that we believe that there is going to be an innovation that's needed in the business side of vertical integration, and also on the technology side, whether it's through robotics or through loyalty. There's going to be a lot of innovation in this space to deliver more value for the customers. And an example, what we've done with food and beverage, we own the cattle of all the Wagyu cattle. We have a supply chain of king crab, seafood as well, caviar as well. this allows us to deliver more value to customers, to provide the best cuts of meat possible across all of our concepts, because we're moving and taking on the supply chain. We can sell Wagyu at lower cost than Costco while you're having experience at a full service restaurant, right? So this is a way to deliver more value and create this financial innovation, and operational innovation and technological innovation to change the landscape of food and beverage. That's how we started in the restaurant space, and we continue to innovate and project that this is what will change in the future, is one platform with thousands of different restaurant concepts on there. Users are getting rewarded for their loyalty, better customer engagement, better value proposition, all through this whole ecosystem. It can't just be NFT, and it can't just be supply chain. It has to be all of it combined.
Awesome stuff. I'm on the website right now, kind of looking through the different tiers. So there's a silver, gold, and then the black card here, which looks extremely interesting. Joe, which one do you have?
I mean, I tried for the black card, obviously, but it's super limited. David can tell us. I didn't even know you can earn that with the traditional Web2 loyalty program. And tell us about the most recent auction. Was it for charity? Because that's the highest selling black card that you guys have, which is, so for those who don't know, the black card, you get to eat for free for life, which is pretty crazy. And it's a real thing.
Yeah. So we do a lot of charity events, but this one wasn't for charity. What we do is we at 1,888 members, which was and you can see we've and Joe, you can test this. So we started off the NFT program with $250 for silver, $1,000 for gold. All of this is in the blockchain. You can see how they're minted for. How we price it is at every 10 interval, the price goes up on the mint side. There's only going to be 8,888 of those. We're almost a quarter of it sold out with only, and I say only, 30 plus locations. You know, that is, we have to be now the number one in terms of utility and in terms of number of locations and coverage on food and beverage. I think when we started off, and this is ideal, we started off, there are similar NFTs that are promising similar things, you know, but fast forward a year and a half or a few years, you know, at best, some of them have 1 to 2 locations. At worst, a lot of them have closed down the concept and it just doesn't work. And again, this is us thinking a lot of tech guys have come in to build this, utilize this technology, but they weren't restaurant operators and they didn't have this base of customer base. For us, we always built for our customers. So the majority of our NFT holders are not coming in to buy and trying to sell. They're trying to come and use this product, similar to how you will wear your Rolex watch. The Rolex watch utility is you carrying it around and perceive value. Also, it is an asset that goes up in value over time, but it is something that you carry. There's no utility there's intrinsic utility of what you carry, and emotional utility. But this actually brings you real food and real discounts and perks when you bring out to people. So we created this product for usage and not for flipping around as a collectible instantly. And as you can see, now we have 1,900 memberships sold. The recent black card was sold and auctioned off for $70,000. Last year, same time, was for $30,000, I believe. And the only way you can get black card right now is by winning it through purchasing a silver or gold. So there's 1 in 500 chance when you buy a silver lifetime membership, and there is a 1 in 100 chance in buying a gold lifetime membership. And the perks of the perks of the black membership is you essentially get to eat for free yourself for the rest of your life and have all these different perks across. When we have arcades and our karaoke's, they'll be different, but significant. Let's just say significant benefits. And when you bring people, you're getting 20% off across the board. And that is essentially you're eating for free. Also, the restaurants make no margin. The margin of restaurants are typically around 10%, 12%. So when you're getting the 20% discount, you are a negative margin client for sure, but you're getting pretty much at cost at all of these different concepts. Not only for yourself is free, but if you invite 20 guests for a party or 15 guests and getting 20% off, you're essentially having the restaurant's not making any profit, and you're getting huge discount on these experiences. So we want to create more everyday experiences for everyone, where you can go today, eat fast casual, you can go to our gym, you can go to our arcade, you can go to our nightlife, everywhere you want to go, we want to make sure that we can bring more value through that way rather than one huge discount a year at one location. We want to create more concepts and more locations where you get a lot of discounts at all these places every day throughout your life.
Amazing. My son has experienced two Chubby Cattle experiences: Chubby Curry, which we changed his diaper in. I apologize for that one, and the Las Vegas Hot Pot. But yeah, it just goes to show the testament of the value that you bring from 30,000 auction to 70,000. It's like a Bored Ape, but you get actual usage with it with the black card. I wanted a black card. I was thinking about buying 200 silvers just to try to get a black card, try to gamify it that way. But it's amazing to see what you built here and what you're going to do. Like I could imagine the prestige. If you have a black card, you get to go to a Chubby nightclub, you get a table and a bottle, some sparklers, whatever it may be. It just be, I mean, the world's your oyster, and I never. Even today, I thought I was prepared for an interview, but obviously I wasn't. That you have all these concepts going on. Can you tell us a little bit about? I know there was, and for everyone watching, the NFT is. You're not raising money with the NFT. You probably spend more on napkins than all the NFTs brought in terms of monetary value, right? But you did. I did see in the community that there were ways for loyal community members who wanted to participate in the upside of the Chubby Cattle brand. They were able to do that with a third-party platform. Tell us about that. How that went, or are you looking to allow more patrons to come participate in everything that you're building out? Because I'm sure a lot of people want to be in on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So. On the investment side, we can also talk about. So last year we started a crowdfunding platform, and I truly believe in this. I think there is a stakeholder economy where our customers are number one, most critical part of our entire ecosystem. What the customer demands, what the customer wants, and that is something that we tested out last year through our crowdfunding platform with SMBX and with Honeycomb, where customers get to invest in a location and actually registered via Reg D and registered with the SEC to raise as a debt vehicle. And it went out perfectly. They're paid out, and they continue to get paid out regardless of the performance. It's a debt vehicle, so I think you make 9%, 8.59% return, higher than the bank. You also get perks and discounts at the location that you invested in. And it went well. We reached the cap of that. Next year, cap based on the regulation. So the regulations say, hey, you can only raise 150K for this round, right? Just test out. We wanted to test out how this will function. Next year, we will raise the cap of how much it will be able to raise, and we'll probably raise through the entire ecosystem of Chubby Club, so customers can participate. Not only they're spending and getting perks at the restaurants or any of our facilities and venues, they will also be able to be an investor, a registered security, and be able to invest through our crowdfunding platform. So we are getting financial due diligence and running that out. So next year that they can participate as an investor of this as well. Now, there's also a lot of other ways to not for invest. That's the investment side, and there's a lot of ways for you to earn points through the Discord channel and give us feedback through the app, through the inspector program. So there's and a lot of events that we throw out as well.
Go ahead, Brian.
And what was your first part of your question?
Oh, I totally forgot. I think you answered it though.
Perfect.
Yeah. Excuse me. I love the concept. I'm in deep on your website. I actually got a little confused during this interview because you were talking on the podcast and I saw you talking on the website here, and I was like, wait, which way am I supposed to look here? But no, love the concept, love like the loyalty program, and you are one of the only, this concept, this is the only really successful one we've seen come about. And really interested that you have another location coming in the Colorado area. I was kind of seeing how I can get my foot in the door here. So you have a silver, you have a gold, and you have the black card. You said it's a 1 in 500 chance to win the black with the silver, a 1 in 100 chance to win the gold. What's the difference between the silver and the gold tier?
Yeah, so the golds, actually you can, I highly recommend for audience to just download the Chubby Club app. It's free, and you get to see the different tiers benefits that you get. And and how many points you have as well. So the silver tier has free drinks for everyone around you and a free cocktail for a welcome drink for if you don't drink alcohol, it's a welcome drink for you and your guests. and you also get the items for the lifetime membership. You also get the items off whatever there's a PPV value, points per visit value, and it could be $3, it could be $6, whatever the range is, and it's on your NFT, and that's specifically for the NFT. For people that just earn the status, you get that drink off. You also get a welcome appetizer. Depends. So the cool thing is, you go to different restaurant locations, you can see the exact perks that you're getting with your status. So it's very simple because different restaurant locations, when we started off, and this is where we make nerfs and buffs and adjustments, because when we started off, it's one concept. So we have, these are hot pot items that we can put. Obviously, we've gone out a lot more than that. Like this wouldn't apply to a chubby tea, for example, where it's a tea concept. So it's not, it's different depending on the different concepts of the different benefits. One thing that goes across the board, when you have silver, there's concierge. You can start to make reservations and have someone to talk to across the board. And gold, also, you get this concierge. On top of all of the benefits that you get as silver, the gold benefit also have a 10% discount for any of the experiences that you go to, plus more on the this dollar off on per visit, depending on the locations and how much you have to spend. So the easiest way is you download the app, you select the location you want to go to, and you can see exactly what benefit you get based on what current status you have.
Excellent. Have you had a lot of other restaurant owners, other restaurant founders reach out to you and just, pretty much pick your brain about how they could get more involved in the NFT world, or if it was a benefit, or are you kind of in this niche world?
Yeah, I think, yes, absolutely. So I think food and beverage loyalty will, again, be a huge component. And we actually work with various developers, and we work with, we've worked with other types of loyalty programs out there, financing tools. So we continuously explore this option. The challenge is for, let's say, a one branded restaurant, and this again goes to what I was talking about earlier. The lack of integration in the food and beverage space creates less value for customers at the end of the day, and this is the same for loyalty. It is very challenging to get a customer to download an app or buy an NFT for a mom and pop restaurant. It's just very difficult for them to download an app, and then how many times are you really going to spend at this one restaurant, right? The reason why Starbucks has a great loyalty program, or Sweetgreen, is because you might go there 3 times a week, or maybe every day or twice a day. But for average mom and pop restaurant, let's say a steakhouse, you might be going there at most maybe once a month, maybe once a year. And then for the mom and pop, let's say Italian shop, a spaghetti shop, whatever, or a Japanese restaurant, it's very challenging for someone to download a loyalty app. You're only going to visit there once, twice. So there's this interesting dynamic of how we're going to execute loyalty. And I think the way we're doing it is going to be the way of the future, where you have multiple concepts onto one. And we're also not doing the Groupon model, where you get significant amount of discount, and that this severely disadvantage the merchants on the platform for long-term sustainability and growth. And that is something that we carefully balance out as the restaurant operator, as the restaurant goer, and as the technology provider to balance all these in place. And that's why it's so challenging to create this. We've seen other NFTs that try to do similar thing, and they fail on the restaurant side because they realize they're just minting. And this is, you mint and then you go bust because there's no more additional revenue. You're losing money per dollar sale, and then no other normal customers going. Where we come in and to see where we want to provide absolute amazing perks for the members, create more advantage for the restaurateurs through vertical integration, supply chain, through loyalty, and at the same time use technology to combine all of this. And this goes back to answer Joe's question as well earlier. I remember now. The mint here, we've minted around maybe $2.5 million in mint revenue, and we've given out millions in discounts and perks. But at the same time, it's not like we're losing money on every dollar in discount generated, because we also have complementary revenue. I think we did around 8 to 10 million of revenue captured just from the lifetime member, just from the mobile app users. So it shows that the Chubby Club members are bringing in revenue. Revenue is being captured there. They're increasing lifetime customer value. They are returning more often. And it's at the core, we need to make sure the product is good, the customer, the operation is good. The experience is fantastic, and we have this loyalty program. So it just takes so many layers to make it work. And that's why it's so challenging for a mom and pop shop or just an NFT company to do it. It takes expertise in the restaurant operation space. It takes an existing group with multiple concepts. It also takes a technology company that's bringing this together, make sure that on the tech side, the feature is perfect. So you got to wear a lot of different hats to make this work. Just like Amazon, you got to take care of logistics, the warehousing, also the amazing usage for the platform.
Amazing. Yeah, you definitely captured lifetime value for me. I'm spending a lot there, thankfully so, because it's been a great experience at every restaurant I've been to. Question: since a year and a half has gone by, what has been the biggest feedback that you received, David? And will there be any changes to the benefits because of that?
Yeah. So the biggest change will be the fact that we're adding in so many different concepts, truly farther than we thought. We projected we'll open 20 locations last year, and we ended up opening 30. And we ended up opening a lot more concepts than we thought we would, like the hand roll concept, the skewers are all things that are added on to this. And next year we got Chubby Don, Chubby Bowls. That's going to be an automated fast casual concept that's offering Wagyu beef, like high quality ingredients, avocado oil at a fast casual dining concept. So think about fast food, but now you have elevated experience. And the way we're able to do so is going to be through robotics. It will cook things through robotics and save on labor costs so that we can deliver more value to the customers. And yeah, all of those additional concepts that are lower dollar check sizes individually. When we just started, it's about $50 a person. So we created a product just tiered for that, and we had some high-end concepts. But now we have $15 per person, $10 per person concepts like Chubby Tea. We have to start to make adjustments, and we want to offer benefits across all these concepts so you can use it daily. The customers can use it daily. So yeah, we're going to continue to make adjustments. Over the past year, we've also created the app, and the app will allow usage and earning points. So that's something that wasn't there earlier. There wasn't earning points earlier. Now with the silver or gold status, you get to earn points faster because you have these statuses. And that's something that we also add on. So we'll continue to make adjustments. It will be dynamic as we add on, like when the karaoke is open. You're joking about the bottle popping, but it's not a joke because in 2 months, it's going to open as the largest. It's called Divine Karaoke. It will be the largest karaoke in the United States with food and beverage offering in there, with a restaurant inside, with karaoke, with a club in there. So yeah, we're going to make adjustments. The black card might get a con bottle when they dine, right? So when they come in. So there could be there's going to be a lot of adjustments and things that we just haven't thought of yet. And those are the things that will continue to make adjustments. What won't change is the fact that we understand that we need to create absolute phenomenal benefits for silver, gold tiers, and black tier members to continuously to want to come back. Just like with Hyatt, just like with hotel rewards program or airlines, it will stay competitive in that we want to ensure that the customers want to come back. And a lot of people will worry, like, hey, buy this, then you change, you take away all the benefits. Like, no, we don't want to take away the benefits because we're not an NFT or a lifetime membership service that only makes money on the mint. It is truly on the fact that you will continue to bring friends and family and bring your loved ones to continue to come experience at our locations. And that's what is the bottom line. That won't change. Yeah.
Cool. Do you guys have a chubby mascot? I mean, I'm just thinking of it right now. You might have one, right? Or not really. Is that coming in the pipe?
We have this chubby ninja, but we'll continue to add in. There's so many different concepts. So we'll continue to add in. Yeah, I think we have a chubby, like I have this hat here that's like one of the mascot of this cute ninja, but that's for the Chubby Cattle barbecue brand because it has this warrior ninja kind of dynamic when you go in to the Chubby Cattle space. But yeah, we got so many different cool things like Wagyu. Chubby Mart is opening, which is a cyberpunk supermarket that will take over Wagyu House in Rolling Heights, and you get to choose the food that you take in at the supermarket and cook it right away. So like you go in and see the live seafood or live meats butcher shop that gets cut up, and you eat however much you want to eat. So all these are new concepts that will put on and dynamically will change. And also to go back, you say, hey, minting this, it is going to be significant. This is going to be over $100 million of mint as we end up to the end of next few years. I think we'll be sold out within the next 10 years. That's conservative. I think when we have 100 locations, it'll continue to sell out faster. But at the same time, the gold card is going to be at 100,000 from what we sell at. So if you look at the chart, if you're in Discord, see how we schedule out the pricing. For every 10 that's sold, we increase it by a percentage margin. The farther it goes down later, the higher the price increase. And for I understand, with 30 locations, we have millions of customers and on our membership list. Now we just have to convert them onto our app. And 8,888 of them will become very, very insignificant portion. And when we have locations across the world, the 8,888 of them will just be so low and so rare compared to the number of customers that go to our restaurants and facilities all the time. So silver will be listed to be sold. The final one at third, the final silver that we get to sell and mint on our website, everything will become secondary after, will be 30,000, and the gold one will be 100,000, and the black will just only be purchasable through secondary auctions and secondary market and auction, and then everything else will just be able to be sold. Unlike watches that gets produced every year with new models, etc., this won't be. This is it for the lifetime members. Now, obviously, other individuals can earn it per year. There will be corporate accounts, just like a hotel rewards program, and you can earn it through corporate travel, through corporate spending. But for the lifetime membership, that is it. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. I can't believe what I'm hearing, but I do have to believe it because you're putting your name behind it. And I see you on Instagram, doing all the work that, many people don't see. So if you guys want to follow David, definitely do that. I do want to ask one last question before we wrap up here is that, before when we started this when we started getting you on this pod, 100 million seemed ambitious. The location seemed ambitious. But I think right now, after this year and a half, being at all your restaurants, seeing your robotics, Rose was at, Chubby Cattle. She got a #1 hit right now. You guys are doing big things, bringing on celebrities. I dare say that new goal might be low. I think you're holding back. I think that you have a much bigger, ambitious goal that you're not sharing. And I want to get that out of you because, we saw Heidi Lau blow up in the scene this year, right? They're $5 billion pushing into the States. And what's your kind of crazy vision? Are we going? I say we. I'm not even part of Chubby Cattle. Are you guys?
You are. Truly are part of Chubby Cattle because this is the key that we want to say. Our customers, the most important part. They are our most important part of stakeholders because we want them to be happy. And in this world right now, there isn't a way for customers to partake. And as automation comes in, I think the way that in the future, my bigger thing is I think labor will change. I think equity will be everything. And there's a technological wealth gap being created on just my personal finance take. And that's why QQQ and all these AI companies are taking off. And I think there's going to be a way of some sort of universal basic income. And I think being a stakeholder in businesses, your customers will become stakeholders in businesses. And that is already happening. We're all invested in Tesla and the large amount we use these products. So, and there is a gap in investing in where you go to on a day-to-day basis. With the coffee shop you go to, the things that you're spending in person. And we're creating that closeness and gap. So you are a stakeholder. But the big vision for Chubby Club, we want to have thousands of locations onboarded onto the Chubby Club over the next 10 years. And everywhere you are going in person to experience, whether it's a museum or it's a barbecue restaurant, or if it's a tea shop or karaoke or nightlife, we want to be there to provide loyalty. We want to curate the best experiences, just like how you go on Amazon to know that you're going to get a 2-day shipping there. If they don't ship, there's some problem, you can return it. We want to provide that type of authority figure and that type of trust with our customers to know that when you spend at one of our locations, you're going to have this tier of experience. Just like you fly, well, airline's not a great example because there's not a lot of choices, but hotels, at least, that if you stay at this hotel, you're getting this type of experience at this type of brand. We want to ensure that for all the restaurants across the board, at the end of the day, the customer want a superior experience, the best bang for their buck, and be rewarded for their loyalty at a certain brand. And we want to curate that for them. That is the long-term vision, that we will change the food and beverage game, and customers are going to get rewarded and get a better experience throughout all of this. And we're going to, on the business side, vertically integrate a lot of different things so that the customers can get the best bang for the buck. Look at some of our concepts, like Niku X. It's the most premium buffet experience that you can have in the United States. You're talking about unlimited king crab, unlimited A5 Wagyu cut steak, and we're able to do so because we work with the supply chain. We're not buying from vendors. We are the vendors directly. So we pass on this savings to the customers. We don't have a great margin there, but we want to make sure the customer is our greatest stakeholder. They're getting the most benefit. Same with every other one of our concepts. With all you can eat Wagyu, all you can eat seafood. It's done because we're not cutting costs on labor, and in the sense that we're it's not possible. It's and the market is competitive. So if we're not treating our team well, they won't be there. We're not treating our customers there well, they won't be there. So we got to make sure all these parties are happy and continue to make that innovation through technology and innovation in finance and in our operation. So that's the long-term goal. We're in the beginning. You know, when we chatted last year, the goal might be here. And as we continue to grow, we just see a bigger and bigger vision and we're executing it. So it will continue to change. And I hope you can see that as well. You know, last year we're like, hey, I think we chatted like, hey, well, I think we're going to build 20 locations. It's mainly Chubby Cattle and Shabu. And now we added on a lot more concepts. The idea of having karaoke, all this certainly weren't on the roadmap even. But you know, things pivot. When Amazon started, it was just a bookstore. And when we started our first, personally, when we started our first restaurant 9 years ago, I had no idea where we would be today. And the vision continued to adjust. And that's why I do think $100 million in capital raise or not capital raise, $100 million in mint is just the beginning. And the overall collection volume for this collectible with utility will certainly go more than that. But you know, this is not an investment vehicle. It's a product that you own just like a watch. So I think if you think of imagine there's only 8,888 Rolex and that's not produced per year, but that's all there is. It's certainly a different game. Yeah.
I'm excited for you guys. We see LV moving into the restaurant space. I'm going to see Chubby Cattle moving into the high fashion space and capturing a lot of market. I'm going to say for you guys, you know, when we first got on, you guys were like $100 million restaurant group. You know, 1 billion is going to be the goal. The next podcast when we get you on the valuation, you might be there already. I don't know. You know, Heidi Lau sitting at 11 billion, but it's exciting to be on this journey with you, at least on this side, you know, and experiencing it. And I'm super excited for all that stuff. You best believe I'm going to go check out those karaoke clubs. I'm bringing a baby too. If he could get in there, so I'm going to sneak him in. You know, he might be underage, but it'll be fun times.
It's family friendly during the day as well. So I think, yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, David. Well, it's been amazing getting you on. I mean, next time we will try not to wait for a year and a half, maybe just a year, to come on and speak all things Chubby and you know how the integration is going and talking about everything that you talked about now. I'm sure a lot of it's going to unfold on the next time that we get you on here. So thank you so much for being on. And if you guys want to check out David and his company, I'm going to put all the links down below. Definitely follow David personally. He's very transparent. Don't try to go after him though. He's a MMA fighter from what I see, and he can knock you out.
That is for charity. I did do a boxing match for charity in April, and that was a life-changing experience for sure. Respect to all of the MMA fighters and the boxers. It's a different world out there. So yeah, then the investors are, you know, it's not good for the community if I keep boxing. Gotta stay sane, you know, to continue building value for the community.
Yeah, and you got a little one now, so you gotta think about those things. So cool. Thank you so much, David, for being on.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Brian.